What's up, fellow adult collectors? Welcome to SeViLion Collectibles. In this video, I'll be talking about the brand new GameStop exclusive Power Rangers Lightning Collection Lord Zedd and Rita Repulsa 2-pack. This pack is based on their wedding episodes from Season 2 of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. The Lord Zedd figure is a reissue with new paint deco, but this is the very first time Rita has been made available in the Lightning Collection. The Empress of Evil herself is a highly anticipated release from Hasbro because she just really hasn't had that much luck when it comes to action figures. If this is your first time landing on my channel, hi, my name is SeViLion, and here I like to discuss action figures and other collectibles based on my favorite movies, TV shows, and video games. If you find this video enjoyable or informative, please give me a thumbs up, don't forget to subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Right off the bat, I just want to do a quick comparison with Lord Zedd to note the handful of changes from one figure to the next. Just for clarification, the 2-pack version is on the left, and the original is on the right. The new one does seem to have a slightly brighter, stronger red to the tone of the overall body, but that could just be attributed to less of a wash over the primary color. The visor is a darker red now and less pink, which to me does look better over the brighter red of the body. All of the hands now have the silver nails and knuckles painted on, which fixes one of my main gripes from the first release. Also, now the bomb accessory has 2 red stripes added in to the indentions. Speaking of accessories, now, instead of a red lightning effect for the staff, it's purple. Personally, I think the red effect looks much better for Lord Zedd, so I'll be taking the purple effect and adding it to Rita's staff. With Lord Zedd covered, now let's move on to Rita with a good, slow, close up and down look at both the front and back. For the Rita figure, the primary feature is going to be the cloth goods dress. Of course, you also have the newly sculpted pieces of the black and white overlay, and then of course, there's the head sculpt. The skin tone on her face is probably a little brighter than it should be, but the sculpt itself is fine. Along with the skin tone, there are some other paint flaws, such as the lipstick being a little off and more on the teeth than it should be, plus the lines along the edge of her face going into the headdress aren't very smooth. The cloth goods dress is made pretty well, with the silver designs nicely added onto the front and the sleeves. This is one of the few times where I actually won't be complaining about a cloth goods item appearing baggy, because for Rita, that's how it's supposed to look. When it comes to the sculpted overlay part of the dress, it's done really nicely and basically looks like it came straight off the show. Underneath the dress, Rita uses the typical female body frame that's essentially the starting point for most female characters, such as the Pink and Yellow Rangers. It's all molded totally in black, but the feet of the boots are using a new sculpt. Rita's magic wand, and all the other accessories in this pack, look really good. The detailing on the head of the wand is top-notch. The paint apps aren't quite perfect, but they're not bad. Rita also gets 2 extra hands that can be swapped out, a bouquet of flowers, and the bottle of love potion that started all this. Along with all that, we have the wedding cake, and finally, there's the green crystal, which was from an entirely different episode, but I'm glad they included it. Since Rita does use the same basic body frame as previous female characters in the Lightning Collection, I'm going to go ahead and skip over the articulation segment because all of that would just carry straight over to her. Thus, I'll move forward to a quick comparison of her with the rest of her squad of villains from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Here on the left, we have the GameStop exclusive Goldar, and on the right is the Putty Patroller that came in the 2-pack with the Green Ranger. Also, just some quick info for those who may not know, Goldar is going to get a wingless reissue in Wave 6 of the Lightning Collection. So, with all that said, it's time to run this Lord Zedd and Rita 2-pack through my guidelines for a complete and fair review. Rita herself does feature enough new parts for me to count her as a newly made sculpt. Both figures are highly detailed and mostly accurate to the characters. They do both have more than 20 points of articulation and certainly include plenty of accessories. They are in scale with the rest of the line, and the roughly $50 price point is fair for everything you get. Unfortunately, keeping Rita balanced has been a bit of a struggle during this process, and she did feature some quality control problems with paint apps being flawed. As of this recording though, the 2-pack is still available on the GameStop website, therefore leading my final score to an 8 out of 10 star rating, meaning they are excellent and worth owning for all fans of the characters. The biggest gripe with this set is that for a lot of us, we're having to buy Lord Zedd for a second time. However, if you were someone who missed it the first time, this is the best way to get him, especially considering all the upgrades. On the other hand, if you own the first version of Lord Zedd, I do still consider those upgrades to be worth making the switch to this one, and thus, I can highly recommend adding this set to your collection.